All right, we're at the end of the 5 o'clock turn. I haven't done the fire phase or the assault phase yet. There's a lot to get through, so I'll do those in a moment. But I just want to report on the situation before that happens. Now, von Bulow's IV Corps has been facing off against the Imperial Guard and suffering quite heavily from that mainly artillery fire, causing just the one Imperial Guard casualty on the right side of that line. But because of the sort of dire situation unfolding on the left flank of the Allied line around here, half of von Bulow's corps is now diverting. They've decided not to wait for Perch's corps. You can see Perch isn't too far behind on this road here. But this situation here is deteriorating very quickly for the Allies. French heavy cavalry are hitting very hard. A lot of French light cavalry hitting. I mean, the French didn't get a lot of light cavalry activations this turn. They failed a lot of their rolls, but it was enough for the heavies to do some damage out here on the left. And the light cavalry just can't face up against those heavies. We now have some Allied, I think they're dragoons, heavy dragoons, moving up into the area, some cuirassiers. The Brunswickers have now shifted again. They've been all over the place. They're shifting back over to the left here. But you can see a series of assaults about to take place on some already disordered Hanoverians. Over on the right, the Hanoverians have countercharged. They're going to try and put some pressure. You can see a series of French disordered units out on the right. In the very least, try and regain some of that ridge, the Waterloo Ridge. In this artillery exchange to the right, the French are certainly getting the upper hand. You can see this big gap here left where they've eliminated some of that Allied artillery. And in the centre where this Allied heavy cavalry was, these are the heavy dragoons. They've come around and they're going to shift. So there is a potential confrontation going to take place between these Allied heavies and the French heavies, cuirassiers in this area who, again, I mentioned last turn, they still had a few activations. A few of the units were fresh and they really cleared out. You can see a couple of the Allied forces form square. The infantry working well with the heavies. The heavies force the infantry in the square and then the French infantry are charging those Allied squares. Now, the Allies did activate this 3rd Division for activation, but they were the second last counter drawn, and so they didn't get a chance to do anything before they were charged on all sides. It's very messy around here, as you can see. You can see the assault markers that I've marked. The numbers on top indicate how far they've charged. So a few short-range charges here, some long-range charges in this area. This is Bonaparte's division swinging around and hitting these guards in the rear, whilst Bataille shifts around to the left and is beginning to clear out these skirmishes on the left, while Foy remains in the centre here. He didn't activate this turn. So both French cavalry and infantry activating this turn and working together very nicely. You can see they've left this big space here where the French artillery is still causing some damage on those Dutch Belgians and eliminating more of the Royal Horse artillery. So that is the situation. It's the end of the 5 o'clock turn. As I said, a lot of assaults happening over here, which will change that situation. And some more assaults in the centre. I suspect the French will have the upper hand in these assaults and clear the way forward for that Guard light cavalry in this area to begin to push through against the Brunswickers. But once again, a lot of cuirassiers ready to hit hard.